Good evening, CH people, and this vlog is being written on the day of. That is, the day of March 23rd, 2018. Unfortunately, I'm still missing that free dinner I mentioned last vlog, but it balances out, I guess. The extra sleep I got last night was worth it, I think. University has spoiled me with my levels of sleep. Anyway, that's enough of that. Here's the chowdown. Our day began with a long series of walks and bus rides to get to the neighborhood surrounding the American Academy of Rome. Besides being in a gorgeous area of the city, the Academy itself was absolutely breathtaking. It reminds me a lot of an old country estate for royalty or something like that, with fountains and gardens and multiple houses. But the premise of the Academy is even cooler, supplying artists and humanities students with a year of free room and board, plus scholarly materials to complete a project of their choosing. Kind of like a Rhodes Scholar sort of thing, I think. A live-in school at Rome, as it were. I would love to have an opportunity like that to get to write my great American in Rome novel. Anyway, after that we took more buses around, and I kind of lost track of where we were going for a while. We ended up, though, at Termini Station and the Mercato Central, which is supposed to be a way to turn the non-place of a train station into an actual place, I guess? I don't know. It felt more real than Italy did in the sense that it felt more Italian. We got trapezios, and those were pretty good. After that, we went to the Mercato Esquilino, I believe, which is in the heart of Rome's multicultural neighborhood. And that, I must say, was the market that felt the most, well, real. A real people place, a place inhabited by people who, actually exist. A real thing. That doesn't make sense, but you think you get what I mean. Vendors selling fresh fruits, vegetables, meats, spices, fish, and even bread. It was a wonderful thing to see. I understand why Sophia said it feels like home to her. Anyway, after that we grabbed more food before going to a gelateria, gelato place, to see how Italian gelato is made. We were given a lesson by Andrea Fassi, and even got to assist in the making of our own strawberry sorbet. Then we got to try said sorbet and a few other gelatos, including one made of rose petals and cardamom. We ended our scheduled day with a talk by a woman who runs a service that takes food waste from events and delivers it to homeless shelters. It was an interesting source of food waste, as events and catering and weddings is not something I really heard of before, but an innovative solution. After that was some free time, which mostly included shopping and churches. A good day. I'm going to try and do 2 questions today to fix time. Question 7. How did you experience abroad make you think differently about the U.S.? Well, this question is easy. I basically answered it in the previous vlog anyway, but studying abroad has made me realize how incredibly wealthy the U.S. is. Unreasonably wealthy in most cases. Italy is not a poor country by any standard, and it's very modern too. But the sort of economic gap between Rome and Chicago wasn't something I had prepared for. Now, that's not a bad thing at all. It's just the way things are. And what I'm saying sounds pretty American-centric and kind of rude, or it sounds like Rome is some kind of poverty-stricken hole, but I'm not really sure how else to phrase what I've seen. Most people in the U.S. don't realize that most of the world is different than the rest of us, I think. And most people probably don't realize how much the U.S. absorbs bits and pieces from other cultures and molds them to fit itself. Like how pasta and meatballs is not an Italian thing at all. It's very American. Anyway, I'm running out of time, so let's do question 8. What made you feel most foreign abroad? Another easy question. The language barrier. Plain and simple, that was what made me feel foreign. Skin color, manner of dressing, behavior, even currency, all were factors that didn't register too much with me. None of it made me feel particularly foreign. It was the language that did it. And while most people that I met talked or spoke enough English that I could get by and understand what they were saying, with 1 or 2 exceptions, I still felt quite acutely that the place wasn't mine. And it's not. It's an Italian city. I am a visitor. I suspect that if I had learned the language and taken the time to fully immerse myself, I would feel as at home in the city as Sophia, our tour guide, sure seems to feel. But it drove the point home that I was a tourist every time I talked to a vendor or waiter and had to explain that I didn't speak Italian. That made me feel foreign. I'm incredibly grateful to all the people I've met here who have been so compromising and so helpful to help me along across the language barrier that makes me feel so foreign. It is really one of the great things about traveling here is that, well, people are helpful. That's about it. Good night.